Hello, welcome to the latest episode of the White Pube podcast. My name is Gabrielle de la Puente. Today is Sunday, the 6th of July. If you're not familiar, the White Pube is a website that I share with my friend Zarina Mohammed, and every Sunday one of us posts a review about a cultural thing we've experienced. So there might be a game. Last week it was Death Stranding 2. The week before it was an exhibition. And this week it is about a gig that I went to. So you don't need to know anything up front. You can just sit back and enjoy. And if you want to support the White Pube, please consider signing up to our Patreon. Or you could buy our book, Poor Artists, which has just been nominated for another award. So it must be good or something. Okay. It's 2012, and I am 18 years old. I don't know anything about myself yet, so I follow everyone else's lead. My boyfriend is a musician. I follow him to venues in the middle of nowhere. I hate the sound of his band's music, but I think I love him, so I accept the stomach pains it takes me to lie about it. I lie again when he introduces me to Paul Simon in a bedroom at his mum's house. I pretend not to think, wow, I want to slap the smile off this man's face. I don't know why I want to slap Paul Simon. I don't know anything, and until I do, I will have to bide my time. So we go on long drives through Liverpool at night to B18 alone. CDs in the glove compartment. It's better when he plays me The National for the first time. I don't want to slap The National. I want to ask the National man if I can help. It's even better when this boyfriend from the past introduces me to LCD Soundsystem, a bigger band than I'm used to. They have 8 and 9 minute long songs, closer to dance than I've been before, closer to electronica, to techno, to partying, to drugs, to New York, closer to a sense of euphoria too, but that's still very far away. I get excited and look them up, but there's a statement on their website from the year before announcing their disbanding. Before we do the same, I cry because we decide to go to different universities. But he visits me in London, and there's this one night when we're walking down Embankment and we have to hide beneath an overground arch because we're too young to dress for snow. There's a kiss, and I think of the LCD Soundsystem line, like kissing under a bridge. It's an entirely new discovery. We're only together a year and a bit, not even a full hour of my life, before he admits on New Year's Eve that he cheated with a girl who's still in school. I pack my bags and pull paintings off his walls while I wait for a taxi on the single worst night to call for one. I block him on everything, obviously, so this loser ends up sending me a handwritten letter, teardrops over fountain pen in the 21st century. He quotes the bridge lyric before he signs his name as well. I can't cry over a boy who plays trumpet. Sorry. A trumpet that chaps his lips into watercolour pinks spilling out across a small, also slappable face. I cannot cry over this lyric either. The lyric's so much bigger than the boy. It is a happy line sung by a band that feels like a big, bright, strobing heaven, and that music is always building up to something like rising waters, like the Thames flooding fast over Embankment and knocking some sense into me. It's a very good time to break up because the next day, 2014, feels clear like Monday, and at least I'll never have to listen to Paul Simon again. 2 years before this teenage saga, back before I knew LCD Soundsystem existed, the decade-older Liverpool boy I'd actually end up with was working till close in Glasgow restaurant Stravagan, his lips perfectly intact. Michael's shift was the same night LCD frontman James Murphy was playing a solo DJ set nearby. Annoying because he'd been a fan since Clubs played their debut single back in 2002. Like, he'd been a fan before there were even albums out, for as long as it was possible for someone in England to have been one. His ex and her mates went instead. The girls had gotten talking to James Murphy at the bar afterwards and exchanged numbers. So when Michael was home from work and them lot were back from the gig, they got a text close to 2 a.m. asking if there were any parties. There weren't. They were just drinking wine and listening to records, but James Murphy came over anyway, saying that's all he really wanted. And when I ask him about it now, Michael remembers listening to German David Bowie albums together. He remembers Dream House Guest, Good Story, Good Manners, Good with the Cat. Before he left, James Murphy said, well, if you're ever in New York, but he knew it was the one time in their lives this is happening. They stayed up talking until 7 a.m. and then the nice music man was gone. Fast forward to 2025. We've been together for 9 years. We have a laugh, 2 cats, a pale around the idea of the 2 of us. So big now I see soft colours in the white, like stained glass shadows in and out with the sunlight. I proposed to Michael with a ring hooked on a fishing line when we had to stay 2 meters apart in the pandemic. But now I climb into his pocket. It's permission to relax. It's like living like an antidote. I rob his jackets. He likes my caps. He makes art downstairs, plays piano while he's waiting for the kettle to boil. I write whatever these things are, and like kids, we parallel play. And he has 9 years on me, thank God, so I know myself better these days. I watch him draw a straight line out in front of his feet because he always knows where he's going. I climbed back out of his pocket when I'd learned how to do the same. The only thing we don't see eye to eye on is music. I like stuff by people who are alive and who, inevitably show up on Tiny Desk. But he's plugged into the 70s, collecting Japanese city pop and buying everything off the Analog Africa label. He looked at me seriously one night and asked me to play Agadoo at his funeral. Agadoo, a specific 6-minute live rendition of Sunny Side of the Street by Louis Armstrong. Oh, and the Big Brother theme tune. He made me write this stuff down. And you know what? If he'd wanted Paul Simon on there, I would have written that too, because I want him to have everything he wants from this life. And he does have one redeeming quality. He's into LCD Soundsystem. Thankfully, they got back together the very same year we met. A few months ago, when the band announced an 8-night residency at Brixton Academy, with one of the dates falling on his 40th birthday, I got us tickets even though I wasn't sure how long COVID would let me have it. But it was too good a thank you after Michael has done more for me than any doctor, friend or parent in this time. It was too good imagining seeing them live after they'd spent 13 years a hologram in my head and 23 in his. The past 4 years have been dire for health and for money, and the only thing that's gotten infinitely better is the actual relationship between us. So we had to go. Maybe for one night we could have Brixton be New York. And then there we were, 5,000 people in a heatwave making a pearl around the idea of the band. So hot I saw someone faint. so hot my hands slipped right off the access balcony, delirious. Towards the end of the first song, hard white lights bounced in every direction off a spinning disco ball so that it looked caught at the exact moment of explosion, the Big Bang at the beginning of the universe. That distant euphoria I'd guessed at all along, I met it in the room in that second. I could not keep still for the life of me. Like, I was trying to dance myself clean of the virus still inside. Or, like, it wasn't up to me because the band were playing now and that's how my body heard them. It just built and built. The music doubled down every 60 seconds so that lyrics and volume and energy made good on those explosions. Waters rising the entire 2 hours they played. I burst out crying at one point, Riverbank's gone, and felt this huge release in my chest when I heard James Murphy belt at everyone in the room to "Forget a Terrible Year," knowing it hasn't been one bad year, it's been 4. Look at how eroded I am. There's something in how so many of the lyrics are imperatives too, all these instructions, and how so many lyrics are repeated like chants so that the voice becomes another beat. There's something sad in how I might still need someone to follow after all because life is still unclear and I don't know if I'm doing it right. And like, I'm only deciding these things now. I was so overcome. I wasn't actually a person with a backstory in that hot room. Nancy Wang had put the synthesizers aside for a moment to tie puppet strings to all my body's corners. Drummer Pat Mahoney was pulling on them. I knew this was a big band who played big, vast songs, but hearing them live, meters from me, made it so physical. Being in the same room, none of the art could be flattened for the sake of a neat studio album. None of it could evaporate into the air at a festival or just absolutely disintegrate when I play it back on YouTube through £5 CEX computer speakers. I would never be able to play LCD Soundsystem at home again without losing the scale of the music or the scale of this feeling, a difference I'd never known was there. But I didn't know it then, too busy in the real strobing heaven I had dreamed of. I just shouted in Michael's ear that this was one of the happiest moments of my life, and he kissed me in front of the band, which is way better than kissing under a bridge. Okay, tiny little review. Thanks for listening. If you are here at the end of the episode, please comment like a CD emoji or like a music emoji, but I'm really thinking of the CD, on our Instagram or on Blue Sky or like wherever you share things on the internet with people. Yes, a CD emoji. I feel like I've fucking ruined the band for myself now. I've also just feel like I've ruined all albums because I only ever want to see them live now. Oh my god, is this what people do? This is why everyone just goes to like concerts all the time. Oh, I should never have gone. Okay, bye bye.